Hey everybody, I was working on a small new feature for the DeathAlert WeakAura. Basically shows, similar to in the recent MDI, what people died to in a group. Also shows some bars showing their health and the damage they took from each ability. There's some option to add additional bars, move things around, etc. There's a comment asking if we go up instead of down. I'm just going to create a recording about how I did that, just as um, a tool for people to learn how some of these WeakAuras work and kind of what goes into developing them and creating little features like this. And so to start off with just the WeakAura itself, I can show you guys a demonstration, what it does. I think I have a testing set where just take all my stuff off. Guess not. Basically just got to take all my gear off so that it can die easily. And show you guys the WeakAura. Definitely, oh, I see what happened. Create a little inventory space. There we go. That should be good enough. All right, so basically what's going to happen here is we're going to get, oh god, I'm not dying very fast now. Should do it. Too strong. Oh, it's because I'm still brew. So basically you get these bars and in this text. Someone basically just asked if we could reverse the order of these bars. So the WeakAura consists of a few elements. Here it is. So there's the text, which I have separated out from the bars. Text I'll leave mostly alone, and the text actually relies on code in the bars, and so you can turn the bars off through the options and the whole thing, but you can't actually like disable this WeakAura because the logic is just processed once, so that essentially just saves on performance. So basically, the bars group is a dynamic group which has custom grow and sort functions. So basically, we're going to be playing with the sort function here. Contains options for the name at the top, the bars themselves, and then just kind of you can move that MDI text string over on top of the bars if you want. It's one of the custom options. And so the bars is where a lot of the logic of the WeakAura happens, mostly in the init function. And so this is basically my attempt at an object-oriented approach to create an API that parses and creates the information needed for the WeakAura to display what I want. So I have things like damage events, damage history, players, a state emitter, which emits the states for the trigger state updater WeakAura, and then the group and an event handler. So I kind of put it all together. It'd be nice, obviously, if this was separated out into modules. It'd be a lot more extendable, I think, but this is kind of what we got. So thankfully, I don't think we need to do much modification of this because I do not have a very robust test suite, which would make any modifications scary. It's a future to do, probably something I should have done as I was developing it, but it was also something I kind of thought of as I developed it, so whatever. So I think we just need to use to adjust the sort function. So I basically have the group grow sort functions, and then all the other stuff kind of just in text files. And so the sort function is actually pretty easy. I emit a sort index along with creation of the event, and you can literally just flip it. So I think what I might be able to do actually is just take away the sort function. So I'm going to give that a go first and see if that works. So we got the bars, and I have my custom sort function here, and we have that backed up anyway, so we can just just delete that, and let's just see if we do like a sort ascending kind of thing instead. So instead of custom, we'll just change to sort ascending. But that obviously won't work because I will regardless need to use a specific item in the state. So it definitely has to be custom. Basically, I need this arrow to change based on a config option. So one thing that I did do before is in the grow function is get the config out of the subaura, which should be able to be done. So if I just copy this and then put that here, let's see if I can just print the I definitely need bar width here. So let's see what happens when I do this. I much prefer just editing there and pasting into here. Seems a lot easier. I have a nice, so it prints the config table. So I think that that is actually working as intended. And then I basically just make the config do anything. And so I could say is call it like sort reverse, or I'll just say like sort ascending. And just for now, I'm just going to call that true, just for the sake of development. So I'll say if A and B, so basically if these are not null. And then I'll just say and sort ascending. I'll do this. Else return kind of just the inverse. A is less than or equal, but we'll say A is greater than or equal to B. Otherwise return false. All right, let's see what that does. And I need to get out of the Brewmaster spec here because I'm way too tanky, and I should probably make a little more inventory space as well. Inside, don't need that. I'm not sure if I created or lost inventory space from doing that. Holy macaroni, look at all that. Yeah, we definitely are losing inventory space. Holy. Yeah, don't care about any of this stuff. That's crafted, so I don't want to delete that. Old aspect tokens from some season. This is just disgusting. Okay, let's see if that is good enough or not. There, perfect. Okay. All right, so let's try changing that variable to false, right? So in the sorting function, we'll put that there. And we got a bug. What did we get? Also, I need to make these auto pop. Tend to compare two nil values. Oh, okay. I need to make sure this is else if and B. It should do, because it'll proc this immediately. And then if sort of sending is false, then it'll go here. Then what I can do is else return false. And then this won't be needed because it'll never be reached. So let's see. It likes that better. All right. I don't think I got another bug. Let's see what happens. So the idea is that this is gonna sort the other way. Let's see. There you go. But the only problem with this is that it puts the death text also at the bottom, right? And so what I also need is essentially an option to put that at the top or bottom. And basically this is just working with a sort index. So in order to do that, I'd actually have to change the sort index in the state emitter, which I really didn't want to have to screw with, but let's see. So we have a config object that creates and keeps track of sort indexes. And then, let's see. And then the state emitter has a run function, which is just the bars. No, this is a run function that does everything and calls subfunctions. So basically it runs and we'll either put out like an MDI string and then just kind of incorporates essentially all the config stuff. So it's kind of like a abstraction or something. And where do we put in the name? So this is the death text. Run MDI with bars. And then we advance the sort index. And then if display death text separately, then it does it separate display. So, okay, so here's where we're displaying the simple player name. So that would be this thing right here, which is currently sorted on the wrong side of it. So it's here. And we want it to be at the top. So we're passing it a sort index and then advancing the sort index. Okay. And so basically, I need the bars to come first if I'm sorting oppositely, right? Otherwise, I need all this to happen. I need this to happen first and then the bars if I'm sorting descending, but I need the bars to happen first and then all this if I'm sorting ascending. Oh boy. If display bars, then new states, and then we return the new states. Run bars. maybe I just need to abstract this out so that I can like create a new function that is like it's going to be run text, right? And what is it going to need? It's going to need player, visibility duration, then what do I call that? This is run MDI. I think it's right down here, right? Which MDI? Kind of a horrible name, but it's fine. And then kind of needs a sort index for this here. So it's going to be player, visibility duration, which MDI, and a sort index. And then basically all of this is going to get brought down here. And I will also need these options. Should make all that linting go away. Okay. And then this is going to be I'm going to put a comment here so I can keep track of it for later. This is just which MDI string to display, whether it's like the one above the bars or the one like in a separate WeakAura and how that's emitted. And then the player name needs, I guess we can just still be self-test sort index because I'm still in the same class, right? I don't really need to pass that as a, as an option. That should work. And then we got player. This is fine. We have player.unit ID. We have a sort index and visibility duration. We're doing all of our advancing. And then basically, if sort, which I'll have to put in there. So if sort ending, then self run text, player, visibility duration, and which MDI. I guess I don't really need which MDI because I'm putting that separately down here, right? So I just keep it in this function. So I just keep it like that. And then this doesn't even need to be here. Okay. And then we can add this. This is going to be added as an option. Let's just make it false for now. And then we'll have to add it later. So we'll add that option to the interface later. And then, so if we're sorting ascending, then we'll run text down here. I think I just run, if display DARs, then run text and return new states. God, I hate doing this. I feel like it's probably correct. I have to put it in two places. That is kind of disgusting. It's fine, I guess. So if sort ascending. So I'm say if not sort ascending, right? I don't even know if that works. That's fine though. So if we're not sort ascending, we're sort descending. And we'll put the run text objects before bars. We're sort ascending, then we will run text objects after bars. Cool. And right now we just have this set to false, which we'll add that later. Yeah, let's try this. Just keep this true, actually. And the reason I'm keeping that true is just want to make sure that the native behavior remains appropriate. Tend to index event handler a nil value in bars. Oh, it's because I have a expected symbol at 298. What did I do? Maybe it doesn't like this. Pretty sure. Yeah, that works. Local sort ascending. Try this again. Yeah. Okay, cool. It doesn't like the tilde. Let's see if we reserved our native function or not. So we have inverted the sorting. So apparently, so we're supposed to be sorting ascending is false as the native behavior. That's my bad. Right, because usually we're sorting from high health to low. But we also did this to the sorting. The nice thing about doing it this way is I don't need any of this in the sorting function. I can do it all by manipulation of the sort index. And so I don't need any of this either. So it can all just go. This needs an end. Okay, and then we can put that into the group sort function again. All right, let's see what that looks like. I was basically changing two things at once and it kind of created undefined behavior. Okay, so that seemed fine. Now let's change this to true and see how that works. Unexpected symbol. Let's see. So it must mean I'm running something. Maybe my thing didn't copy all the way over or something. Oh, it's because I used the wrong, I copied the wrong file. I do wish there was a better way of doing this kind of add-on development, but for these larger projects, it seems to work. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay. So what we got was just like reverse sorting. Oh, I see. So the index is not getting iterated upon as expected. So basically I need to change advanced index because it has to kind of put the bars in the other way. So should I change how I advance the sort index? Or reverse my history? That might not be too bad of an idea. What if instead of doing all this schmutz, use the option and literally just print the history in reverse from run bars? Honestly, that seems like the much simpler solution. Okay, let's revert all this. Discard changes, and discard changes. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So I think I discovered a much better way of doing this. So, well, I didn't think of this before. So basically, I think I have a config object in here, right? Yeah, I do. So this is gonna work is like this. This is gonna be sort descending as an option. Well, I guess it's sort descending by default, so we'll say sort ascending, and then we're gonna make it true by default, because currently we're sorting by descending, and then we'll say if sort ascending, then I basically just need to reverse. Oops. Holy macaroni. There we go. So if this is true, I just need to reverse the history, right? I forget, I don't know exactly how to do that in Lua. Lua reverse table. How does one reverse the items in a Lua table? If you want to sort a table, I don't want to sort it. This is what I want to do. Function reverse. For I and length of tab over 2 to 1. I'd be fine iterating in reverse as well. I think that might just be the easier option. So just instead of this, it's a for I equals length of history, comma 1, right? Yeah, so it's like this. So Stack Overflow is kind of useful. So this is the syntax to use. So I equals table length of table to 1 minus 1, and then you could just do this. Gonna be like that, and then what we'll have to say is damage event equals create a local variable. Damage event equals history of I. And then I don't use I there anywhere anyways, so this should just work. So the nice thing about reversing it would be the nice thing about actually just reversing the table. Then I wouldn't have to repeat this for loop, right? Man, I could just copy the table over to a new one. It feels horrible. So let's say if sort ascending, then reversed local reverse table is going to equal an empty table. And then we can say for key common value and I pairs of history. Let's call this reverse history. Do end. A little confusing. I don't know why it didn't give me a end statement there. And so for and history is indexed, right? So I can just say I, comma J. Let's do this that way it's not abstracted. And that way it is abstracted, not obtuse. We'll say reverse history. Oh wait, no, I'm doing this all wrong actually. So I do need to iterate over it backwards for this. So for I equals length of history, comma 1, comma -1. This is perfect, yep. We'll say, I think it's just reverse history. So I think we just do like this. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. And then what we're gonna do here is put reverse history. And what are we going to put there is going to be history of I. Like that. And then we can probably just say, I think this will work. And then we say history equals reversed history. And then the rest of the script will work fine. So this should work. Let's see if we have success or not. And we got no bars. Okay. Let's try printing the length of history here and here. And then let's also print length of reverse history. So 200, yeah. So something's wrong with my brilliant table reversal process. Let's see. Oh, I see. I am using this completely incorrectly, so I just love that. All right, let's try that. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. That seems to work okay. Now let's try making this false and make sure it goes back to the native behavior. Cool. All right, now we just need to add the option. Should be pretty easy. You just go here to the custom options. Where should we put it? Probably in the bars. And I'll put an option to sort them ascending. I'll make the default equal to false. Holy fuck. Just include overcome boss. I think I just add it right at the end. Add row between bars. I don't remember what that option does. It's kind of crazy. I literally built this like a month ago. Number of deaths, number of bars per death, bar padding, character limit. Display seal, learning bars, display bars. It should go like probably underneath here, like second to the last. Which is kind of convenient. Put it right here. We'll make it a toggle. Display name will be sort bars ascending. So that can be sort of ascending. Select this option. Okay. Default will be false, and then let's see if that does what we want. Yep. But I need add rows between bars to be up because I kind of want it down here, not over here. For some weird reason. And so basically this just needs to be 2, I think. Yeah. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. And then in the source code, what we'll have to do is there we go. Is we're gonna make this, I think it's like self.config, right? Yeah. They're just gonna be like this. For ascending, and I think it defaults to a Boolean anyways. Visibility duration, I think it is. Yeah. I think it defaults to a Boolean, so it should be fine. And then we put this in here. And then let's test this fancy new feature. Okay, so that's sort descending. And then sort bars ascending. Let's see if it likes that. Okay, that did not work. Config.sort ascending should be there. Oh, you know what I probably didn't do is I have to add it to the actual config object. Self.sort index equals config, new config. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, I actually just need to do it like this. Kind of regret doing configuration this way in the add-on, but because obviously it's confusing. But neither here nor there, this should work. And I'm not changing it now, so yeah. There you go. So now it works. So that's sort of sending, and then this would be, I want to make sure that the timestamps work correctly. I think they do. Just want to pay attention to the timestamps over here. Yeah, 0.5 and then 0. All right. That'll be the default option. And I got clap there, so there we go. That works too. Let's make sure it works if I put on some of the other options. I don't want, let's say display summary text with bars. Let's just turn that on and make sure that I didn't screw anything else up. Nope, that seems to work correctly. And then let's make sure I can, this is kind of like weird integration testing since I don't really have a good environment to test this stuff. Yeah, okay, it's working fine, I think. All right, if it's not working fine, I'll address it at some other time. Let's turn that back off. Let's turn that off since that's my personal preference of how it's set up. Yeah, and then let's go ahead and export and put that, where's it go? Right here. And then import a new string. Patch note is add a sort sending option. For bars. Okay. Bing. Cool. And that's the whole thing. I haven't done a video like this before, so let me know if you have any interest in more things like this. Felt a little wobbly given that I'm just not very good at coding in Lua and kind of new to WeakAura development in general, but yeah, it is what it is. Take care.